Mic is on. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Breakfast with Disaster. Today we have Erika with us. She's been on the show. What was it? Probably five
Five
months.
months ago, yeah.
5 months ago. I just want to make sure I have my audio up. I'm sorry, guys. 1 second. All right. Yeah. So it's been. I can't believe 5 months has already gone by that quick.
I know.
It's kind of hard
I
to
know.
believe.
It's been super quick. Lot to
So
learn, so it went by quick.
yeah, and it seems like I mean, just from what I've seen, I can see definitely a progression from when you started, just like anybody would.
Yeah.
Um, but how do you feel so far? How's the job going? How do you?
I feel like I still get challenged every day because you literally never know what, like, on the other end of the phone what somebody's gonna say. So, there's
Yeah,
times where I'm like, "Hey, can I put you on hold?" And I'm like, "Hey, do we do that?"
yeah,
So, I'm still learning. I still get surprised every day.
sure, sure. And for those maybe that don't know, what is like your average like work day like consist of? Like as far as I'll
Uh
just let you kind of handle that, but like just like on a day to day, what do you typically see most of? I guess
I typically see the most calls we get are water losses.
water
So
loss.
I every single day it's water. It's a lot of general cleanings.
Mhm.
It's not like too many fires, which is a good thing, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
But yeah, a lot of water.
I think just given our area too, I think that plays a high factor in it too. Just
Yeah.
like with the Great Lakes, we're prone to more flooding over here just from obviously our winters get crazy here. So that I think that plays a factor in it as well. So like what are your I don't know, like just to like make it fun for you, like what are some of your favorite things about the job?
Um I guess my a lot of my favorite things are I with just this job for me particularly is the work life balance is probably the best thing I can have because it's not something I've had before.
Yeah,
I feel challenged a lot to get involved in things like insurance or and
sure.
stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I and they pay me, so that's good.
See, and I know like we send each other W-9s and COIs, but I didn't know what I was looking at half the time either. So it does take some time to kind of like
Yeah,
understand because a lot of that stuff's written almost meant to confuse you almost in a way. Like a
I
lawyer
know.
writes most of them,
I know.
so it's
Yeah,
kind of
I read it and I'm like, I have no idea, so I lean on the experts
yeah, no,
because I
for
have no idea.
sure, sure. And like aside from work, like I don't know, when you're out on the weekend, what's like a perfect weekend for you?
Oh, I would love to just go fishing all weekend. I'm a big family and friends person, so I like to spend time with my family and
Nice.
friends the
Any
most.
favorite fishing spots you like to go to?
I love going to the small boat harbor.
That is nice over
That's
there.
it's just you can walk all around there. It's great
Isn't
fishing.
there I did a drone shot over there, Gallagher Pier?
Yeah,
Isn't there
yep, yep.
you can fish
They
off there too, which is kind of nice.
yeah, there's some like no trespassing spots, but you know.
Yeah. But that's where you probably catch the best fish though, right?
Exactly, that's where they're all hiding.
Yeah, I know, right? Cool. Well, I appreciate you sharing that with us as well. And I think I remember when you first started, we were just kind of like talking and I asked you like what did you do prior to here? And I believe it was similar to restoration. But I guess how has your knowledge changed since you've started the job versus what you kind of known coming into the job, if that makes sense?
Right. So I worked a lot in commercial cleaning. I we whereas we take those one-time cleans,
Yeah,
where I worked, we were more contract cleaning daily. We had daily cleaners on sites. We did a lot of like floor restoration, tile and grout, all that type of stuff. So
sure.
I went from like the contract cleaning to going to, we would suggest companies like SERVPRO for, the one-time cleanings, the restorations, the water damages, and all that extracting and stuff.
Yeah,
So it's kind of like I've been on both sides
yeah.
of like the cleaning industry or restoration industry there.
I would think that would be a little helpful too, like starting off with this job, coming in with that kind of knowledge
Yeah.
already was probably made it a little more comfortable for you too.
And there's been like a lot of like mixed customers and you don't realize how like commercially everybody's so entwined.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no. And then you start to think it's like kind of a small world in a way, because then you see,
oh yeah.
at least from my job experience, like you tend to cross paths with previous people that you've worked with
Yep.
at other
Yep.
jobs. So it's kind of how that works out too. Cool. Um, and I know we mentioned earlier about the type of loss, and I kind of feel like water losses are going to be the main thing that we're going to experience in this area. So I'm not going to go back over that. But I did want to ask you, what's like one of the craziest calls that you've got? Like, I don't know, like something that just made absolutely no sense.
When I first started here, I wanted to go out on a job.
Yeah,
And so it wasn't really a call that I took in, but we took in it was for mold remediation.
yeah,
And when me and our estimator showed up on site, it was everything. It was that and then some.
gotcha.
Anywhere from just terrible flooding of
Mhm.
this home, mold everywhere, like mushrooms growing on it,
Wow.
on top of a hoarding situation. So it was a big shock for me. I definitely wore the wrong shoes.
Yeah,
And that, this person has never scheduled work with us.
yeah,
So, but I still think about them to this day.
yeah. It can be an eye opener. I went into my first. Actually, Dan took me in like the first 2 weeks. Took me on one of the hoarders jobs, and I looked at him like he's just trying to get me to like quit right now or something. I was like, I didn't know if he was testing me or whatever, but it was funny.
I know
Um,
the estimator that I went with felt bad because he was like, I thought this was just going to be like a little mold somewhere, and
yeah,
it turned out to be a whole like deplorable situation.
yeah,
It was like, sorry.
yeah. But I think it's a good thing though to kind of get that experience so you kind of have a very thorough like background on everything.
Yeah.
So you can kind of just see everything how it works from office to the actual site. So cool. Well, that was definitely a funny one. And on a more just kind of want to end with this too. I know it can be a very traumatic experience for people when they're calling and they're very upset. I'm sure you've dealt with people that have called in that were probably emotional.
Oh yeah.
So it's got to probably have a nice feeling though to maybe kind of help bring them back to reality as
Yeah.
far as like what we're here to help.
hmm
Um, I don't know. Is there anyone in particular that you maybe want to mention that might have stuck with you a little bit, where the lady was really happy and relieved in the end? Or
I take in so much information. I definitely wouldn't remember exactly who
yeah,
they were, but there's definitely people that their all their belongings, their memories, um their parents' belongings that their
yeah,
parents have passed and now that's all they have, they get destroyed. And and there's no replacement for those things. But when people are so upset or angry,
hmm,
giving them, almost like a step by step
yeah,
to, how we're going to help them and how exactly this process needs to get done. Letting them know that, their insurance adjuster or agent, we've worked with them all the
yeah,
time. They feel a lot more comfortable. So I think just as much information you can give people, it just makes them feel better because not everybody has this happen to them all the time.
yeah.
So it's not, you're not supposed to know what to do.
No, exactly. And usually before it's usually too late and it's already
Yeah.
happened. So it's kind of,
Yeah.
it's hard to kind of judge how people are going to react to it. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, it's got to be a good feeling though to kind of almost give them some closure in a way.
Right, right.
So they know that at least the process is going to start where we're going to start helping
Yeah.
them. So, well, sweet. Well, let's, without further ado, I think we're going to jump right into the wheel of names. See who our lucky winner is today.
Is it mug time?
It is mug
All
time.
right.
All right. Let's see here. Oh,
Oh, it's spinning.
yeah, I'm going to move it over here. We're going to see who our winner is right now. I apologize if we are taken off the screen, but let's get it going.
Who's it gonna be?
504.
All right. Congratulations.
Let's see who that is. John. Yep. John Crane.
Congratulations, John.
And that is with, or I'm sorry, Kelly Harvey. And it's with C. John Crane. So we will get that out to you. If you are watching too, you'll also get a double prize.
Double
But either way, we'll be in with you and
prize.
we will be able to drop it out for you as well. I'm going to bring this back. There we go. All right. But anyways, I want to thank everybody for being on the show, and Erica, thank you again for coming back on the show.
Yep.
It's kind of nice to get little insight. I just want to check in and see how things were going. So I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
going great.
Everybody, thank you again for being on the show, and we will see you next week at 10:10 on Tuesday. Have a good one.
Bye, guys.